Cowboys and the 49ers today for the NFC Championship.
January in America means one thing: playoff football. Win or go home football. Bask in glory of victory or wither in eternal agony of defeat football. Coach Bill Walsh's upstart San Francisco 49ers are getting a taste of January courtesy of America's team, the hard-hitting, route-jumping Dallas Cowboys.
A bruising stop from the Dallas defense. Several 49ers are slow to get up. Walsh is going to be forced to take a timeout here.
In 2032, the hits are still big, the game is still tough. Concerns about the end of football as we know it were met with innovations. Sensors track hits over time. Coaches can efficiently rest players to avoid long-term head trauma. Smart cushion turf reduces major injuries by detecting fast-moving helmets and softening within milliseconds. The best players are having long, healthy careers, and more young stars are entering the game than ever before. Like Joe Montana, Walsh is electrifying but inexperienced quarterback. He's already thrown 2 red zone interceptions. It's late in the fourth, they're behind and worn down. So with 58 seconds between Walsh and the Super Bowl, or a one-way bus ticket back to Palo Alto, he takes a timeout. The players get personalized hydration formulas based on real-time analysis of players' sweat and blood glucose levels to refuel them. Walsh has a trainer take a deeper look at the Sigma R of the team, a single metric that reflects the mental, physical, and emotional readiness of his players. Freddie Solomon, the top receiver, is recovering slowly, but Dwight Clark, the number 2, is peaking. Clark's cardiovascular load is moderate. His muscle activity has shown no bilateral deficiencies throughout the game, and his cognitive readiness is high. Meanwhile, up in the box, the 49ers strategists crunch numbers and analyze defensive setups. AI-enabled tracking computes both teams' tendencies and the probable success rates of plays, so coaches can focus on the intangibles, the emotion of team, and flow of the game. With a touch of a button, they send Walsh an optimized list of red zone options. Walsh makes the call. No fancy computers are ever going to change that. We're going to call a sprint option pass. The sprint right option pass. They don't call Walsh the genius for nothing. Easier than ever to share that genius, Walsh can design and simulate new plays and game plans intuitively and update the team's virtual playbook instantly. Coaches can reference routes and spot execution errors seamlessly without taking their eyes off the field. For Montana, new augmented learning tools allow him to absorb the playbook faster by doing right on the field of play. No more zoning out in front of PowerPoints. Joe loves how he can armchair the game plan in total immersion, using motion capture data gathered from previous games and practices. He runs every variation of sprint right option in VR. No shame in being known as the NFL's preeminent armchair quarterback. In the weight room, Dwight Clark prepares for the Dallas D with old-fashioned iron. He wants to maximize his height advantage, so he spends a few hours elevating the maximal voluntary contraction of his posterior chain. Dwight's got a personalized workout regimen crafted for him by the training staff. He's opted into DNA analysis to identify vulnerable areas for targeted flexibility and strength building, keeping his season injury-free. He's also opted to have his sleep and nutrition passively tracked, a popular contract option that can be worth millions to both players and owners. He's got the confidence that he knows where his body's at, and he loves it. As the season wears on, the team travels and fatigue threatens late-season success. Coaches use the accumulation of data to predict injuries and concussions, resting players before catastrophe. The result? Longer careers for players, less risk for owners, fewer injury timeouts, and a better experience for fans as star players wow deep into the season. Like now, 58 seconds from the Super Bowl, 2 teams full of stars playing their hearts out. Sprint option, you ready to go, Dwight? In the stands, the fans' customized suite of replay angles and next-gen stats all drop away, and they return to that pure, visceral experience of watching football with your 70,000-member family. Montana finds that moment of stillness. The snap. Solomon slips. Nothing there. The line collapses, too tall, and Bethea and Lewis already in his face. Throw it away? Not today. Today, Joe will win. Joe will win because he's had the tools to practice every variation and see every outcome. So he lets it fly.
Touchdown!
Touchdown! The highlights of the future will not be confined to your screen. They'll allow you to relive a legendary play from any perspective, embody a hero playmaker in action, or dive into the data behind the game for that competitive edge. Emergent body computing technology will enable the next generation of players, coaches, owners, and fans to exercise a greater mastery over our favorite game and allow us to share more moments of victory with our football families.